My dear friends, this has been my first pulpit. I came here in 1963 and have been on the pulpit since then, every Yom Kippur. Some faces, many, are familiar. Some are new to me. My daughters are here. Deborah, Jennifer, stand up. I know they're embarrassed. Thank you. 1963. I've been on the temple pulpit since 1963. It's a moving moment for me to be here to tell you that. Some of you are new to the congregation. Many of you have been here for many years. My daughters have grown up here. I have one daughter who had a big birthday recently. This place is very special for me, as you can imagine. This is my only pulpit. I've never been at any other congregation. The temple has been my home for all these years. And this is not my first moment to deliver a Yizkor sermon. Yizkor is a very special moment, a very special time. The memorial hour is never easy. It comes after many other emotions have stirred us on these holy days. We have been reminded over and again in our prayers that our existence is frail. Our lifespan brief. And our opportunities to make our lives worthwhile relatively limited, because we stray so frequently from the pathways that can give us peace of mind. We are also conscious in these moments of our painful loneliness, of the absence of our beloved companions from our side. The accumulation of all our emotions, which seems to climax here and now, adds poignant expression to our sorrow and to our remembrance. What are we to do with this hour as we read the names so precious to us contained in our memorial book? Are we just to recall those who are absent from our lives and do no more than evoke fresh grief over our loss? Are we to treat these moments as a time of mourning for those whom we miss, only to feel the same intensity of sorrow as in our first shock of bereavement? Are we possibly to suppress our feelings by resolutely turning away from the past? Then we will be resisting the spirit of Yizkor, which calls us to revive those sad memories. Perhaps this midrash about Adam can suggest an answer. It teaches that when Adam watched the sun descend for the first time, he was terrified, thinking that light had disappeared forever, thinking that God had done something to take that light away. But God gave Adam the intuition to take two flints, the one darkness, and the other the shadow of death. He rubbed the two together and thus kindled a fire. Seeing the light, Adam understood that darkness need not prevail. There is a way by which we can adequately honor our loved ones at this moment. It is not to forget our grief, not to bury our past, but to draw out of the darkness the compensations of our grief, to make a new day happen, just as Adam had to take two flints and consciously rub them together. Out of the darkness, we can find the faith to guide us in our confusion, discover strength in our weakness, and courage in our time of despair. First to be discovered in sorrow is the remarkable fact that most of the qualities of our loved ones endure beyond their physical presence. The richness of their companionship, the inspiration of their love, the nobility of their ideals, the memories of courage in time of crisis, the capacity to give support, the calm mind to give balance in time of indecision. All these remain with us as guiding lights on our path. Like an iceberg, much of our life is hidden. The observable part that we see is only a limited perspective of who our loved ones were, their appearance, their manner of speech, their daily routine, their casual conversation, but beneath the surface lies the best and purest parts of their nature. Death often has a way of placing those beautiful qualities before our eyes. When we are weak the recollection of their courage gives us strength. When we are blinded by confusion, the memory of their vision gives us sight. When we are discouraged, the memory of their faith helps us to restore our balance. It is remarkable how much the strength of our loved ones can be called upon to help us in our time of need. Consider the words from the prayer book. Though absent, the departed still minister to our spirits, teaching us patience, faithfulness, and devotion. Even their hopes not attained can lift us as they become ours to accomplish. Remember, the temple in Jerusalem was David's dream, but it was Solomon's who built it. And in doing the legacy of his father found fulfillment. But beyond these thoughts, there is even more to be gained from our sadness. Out of the darkness of heartbreak, we are lifted above the petty and the inconsequential. Our mindset can be changed overnight. Grief teaches us to be tender to those spared us. Our families undergo subtle changes in hours of sorrow. We come closer to one another. We find greater appreciation of our need for each other than we realized. So with our circle of friends, we may appreciate them more. We realize in parting with our dear ones how precious friendship can be. And the inclination to take for granted is mollified by the thoughtfulness we feel to those who have helped us make our lives bearable. The deep sorrows we experience can either harden us and make us bitter, or they can soften us with appreciation for all that we have known. When they soften us, they make us more patient with others, more kindly and more sympathetic to those in need. Out of our own anguish, how helpful we can be to suffering hearts. For only individuals who have experienced serious illness and have felt the helplessness of immobility can fully appreciate another's illness. Only those who have been grieved by the passing of loved ones can truly understand another's pain under such circumstances. How well this thought is captured in the prayer that says, "Indeed, not unavailing will be our grief, if it send us back to serve and bless the living." We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are sorrow-stricken. Finally, there is nothing greater emerging from the darkness of bereavement than our appreciation of time itself. It teaches us to see each day as a precious gift from God. It helps the wounded of heart to find new perspective. It slowly but surely strengthens the tired spirit and restores the lost incentive to pursue our labors and interests. Gradually, it directs our thoughts and our lives into channels from which grief had excluded them earlier. So let us wait patiently and be of good courage. And with our prayers, pay the tender tribute of our affection to our beloved departed, carrying their memory eternally within our hearts, acknowledging that out of the darkness we will awaken the dawn of a new day, assured that in the fullness of time we will know why we are tried and why our love brings us sorrow as well as happiness. Amen. And bless you all.